Greetings to everyone out there in the NoDQ galaxy. Welcome to the NoDQ live recap of Smackdown for September 17th, 2019. Real quick, for those of you watching live, please share a link to this video on social media. Tell a friend. And if you're watching this live or on demand, if you enjoyed today's video, please click on that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And make sure you click on that notification bell to get updates as they become available. Thank you, Colin Andrew, for tweeting. Thank you to everyone for plugging the video. All right, let's go ahead and get started with this live stream. We had SmackDown kickoff with The New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Big E, Kofi Kingston with his set of pancakes as usual. They faced off against FTRKO, The Revival, and Randy Orton. New Day dominated the early part of the match, and then we had a commercial break. We came back, the heels turned things around, and then we had a second commercial break. And then right after the second break, we had Kofi Kingston get the hot tag. He pinned Scott Dawson with the tip, also known as the Trouble in Paradise. And that's when we had the post-match angle, which was the return of Brock Lesnar to SmackDown. That's right, Brock Lesnar making a surprise appearance on the blue brand with Paul Heyman. Heyman did the usual promo and said it's a bad day for the New Day because Brock Lesnar was officially challenging Kofi Kingston to a match at the Fox SmackDown debut on October 4th in Los Angeles, California. I will be there for that with good old JM Jeff Meacham. Going to be a fun time. Huge match to kick off the Fox era of SmackDown. Kofi Kingston, of course, accepted the challenge, said he's a fighting champion, and then Brock Lesnar responded with an F5 to Kofi Kingston to set up that match. So will this be the end of the pancake era for the WWE Championship? Addicted Chip with a $2 super chat says, when are you getting your office back? What? This is my office. I got it. Full control of the office. Everything good, bro. Thank you, though, for that super chat. I do appreciate it. And Psycho Jet Black with the first NoDQ Super Chat Championship donation of the evening, $5, says, isn't it obvious that Brock Lesnar will win the title from Kofi Kingston and then drop it to Roman Reigns? Also, is Dave Meltzer more over than EC3? I don't know if Brock's going to drop it to Roman Reigns. I could definitely see something like that happening. I mean, anything's possible. Roman's been out of the main event picture for a while. I'm hoping WWE will keep them separate, but yeah, I could see Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar at some point. I definitely would not be surprised by that. And as far as Dave Meltzer being more over than EC3, yeah, I mean, I think even Brad Shepard is more over than EC3, and that's really saying something for those of you that know who that guy is. Thank you for that, Psycho Jet. And we'll just say via the one-winged angel, to make Dave Meltzer happy, you are the brand new NoDQ Super Chat Champion of the World. And a $2 Super Chat from Top. Cannot pronounce that name. That guy's going to get blocked. $2 Super Chat says, beautiful stream, brother. Well, thank you for that, but you didn't get me to read off your name. Sorry. Now we can put that guy in timeout, guys. Hap Connell with a $5 Super Chat says, I'm lying in bed with a bad stomach flu, so hopefully becoming Super Chat Champion will make me feel better. Well, Hab Connell, I'm not sure if there's any science behind it, but if you feel the power of positivity, you can feel better. You gotta feel the energy, the positive energy that comes with holding this prestigious championship. So Hab Connell, on behalf of the NoDQ Galaxy, I grant you those healing powers, and I hope you feel better. Congratulations on being the new NoDQ Super Chat Champion. And via the Papa Shango curse, which is actually a good curse to heal your sickness. You are the new NoDQ Super Chat champion. Congratulations. Let's move on here to a backstage interview with Sasha Banks. She said that she is the star of the women's division, and she said she will take on anyone. She says she knows what it's like to be inside Hell in the Cell, unlike Becky Lynch. So, of course, she is not worried about facing her inside the cell. And the game is on 100 with a $2 super chat says, Virtue is now happy Brock Lesnar returned to squash Kofi Kingston. I know people are not going to be happy about it, but I mean, yeah, Brock's got to beat him. If Kofi beats Brock Lesnar, then you might as well not utilize Brock Lesnar again. Let's be real here. I mean, how can we even suspend disbelief that Kofi Kingston can beat Brock Lesnar? I guess that would be the upset of the century if it happened, but man. As Virtue said in the chat room, Brock needs to rebound from losing to Seth twice. Very good point. Again, if Brock loses to Kofi, you might as well just send Brock home and move on to something else. So we had a recap of what happened at the pay-per-view with Luke Harper returning. We had a pre-recorded interview with Michael Cole asking Eric Rowan why Luke Harper returned. Rowan was like, if you want to know why Harper returned, go ask him. So then Cole asked about Roman Reigns, and Rowan said that Michael Cole, first of all, needs to watch his tone, and then said that he's been underappreciated and disrespected. And unlike Mike, he called Michael Cole Mike, he said, unlike Mike, he is not a puppet. He's not a follower. He's a leader. And that's why he attacked Roman Reigns, because he's tired of being in the background. And regarding Daniel Bryan, Rowan said that Bryan's mistake was thinking that they are intellectual equals. He's far above Bryan, and he will not be disrespected again. Ken, terminated by Google, with a $5 super chat, says, shh, to steal the routine of the librarian from AEW. He says, everyone be quiet. And he pins Hamp Connell while Hamp Connell is sleeping. So Hamp had his NyQuil, he had his soup, he laid down for sleep, and then Ken, terminated by Google, snuck in, pinned Hamp Connell to win the NoDQ Super Chat Championship. It says, eat your heart out, Chris, whoever his name is. I am a 9-time champion, he says. 9 times. So just like a cat has 9 lives, Ken, terminated by Google, 9 times as the NoDQ Super Chat champion. Congratulations. And Rift gives Virtue passionate oral with a $1 Super Chat donation. Well, you're wrong about that. I am actually not a dentist, so I don't perform any surgery or anything like that on people. I mean, it pays really well, but no, dental school was just not for me. I was better off sitting behind a computer and talking a lot of smack about people that I've never met before and criticizing their every move. That's what I'm all about. That's how I make the money. But thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate it. Dental plan. All right, let's move on here. So we had Ali coming out for a match with Shin, also known as Shinsuke Nakamura. We had Sami Zayn cut a promo before the match saying that he's in pain from that Undertaker chokeslam, and he, just like Eric Rowan, he is demanding respect for him and Shin. And then Sami said that Ali got lucky to beat Nakamura a few weeks ago, and also added that that was prior to Sami and Shin becoming a team. Sami said he respects Ali, but said that Ali will not be a champion anytime soon. And then the two of them proceeded to attack poor Ali. Shin laid out Ali with the Kinshasa. And then just as this was going down, we had Kevin Owens walking out through the crowd and took his seat somewhere towards the ringside area. Shane McMahon was backstage and he was served. Shane McMahon got served with some papers, and then after the commercial break, we had Shane McMahon come out. Shane invited Kevin Owens to come to the ring, and then it was revealed that a wrongful termination lawsuit has been filed against Shane McMahon and I presume WWE. And if Owens was to win this lawsuit, he would receive $25 million. Shane said that Owens is desperate, his case is weak. Owens said he has a strong case because Shane McMahon did to Owens what Shane complained about Owens doing, putting his hands on an official. Shane McMahon did, of course, put his hands on Kevin Owens while Owens was a WWE referee. And then Owens said he tried to help Shane win, but Shane failed and tapped out. And then, of course, that led to the "you tapped out" chants. Owens decided he wants to hurt Shane where it hurts the most, and that is Shane's wallet. Owens said he plans to win the lawsuit and then fire Shane McMahon. How he's going to do this, I don't know, considering the money is not ownership of the company, but okay. No reference to NXT, no tease that Kevin Owens is going to NXT, so I'm not sure if that is still in the works. But yeah, interesting segment here. I don't remember Stone Cold Steve Austin threatening a lawsuit, but whatever. I mean, it was fine. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what this means, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how things play out. Psycho Jet Black with a $2 super chat says, why does WWE think a lawsuit would get Owens over? You got me. I guess it's cool to sue people. I mean, it is 2019, as Virtue says. It's the lawsuit era. You got to sue over every little thing. If somebody glances at you the wrong way, you got to sue them. That's the American thing. That's what you do in 2019. So maybe Kevin Owens is just channeling what society wants in 2019. I don't know. Speaking of, well, not yet a lawsuit, but we had Ric Flair appear backstage for a brief cameo with his daughter Charlotte Flair leading up to their match, or not their match, but Charlotte's match with Sasha Banks. Now, for those of you that are still confused about it, Ric Flair has not filed a lawsuit. Ric Flair applied for the trademark The Man, and at this time, we haven't heard any update regarding the status of that. Ric Flair mentioned in a TMZ interview that it could end up becoming something more significant if he's not granted the trademark or if WWE doesn't cut him in on the money. But maybe cooler heads prevailed. Maybe something was worked out. Ric Flair was on SmackDown in a brief cameo, and he is scheduled for the October 4th SmackDown in Los Angeles. So there you go. We had the Authors of Pain promo from Raw repeated again. And then we had this rapper called Offset. I believe he did the Ric Flair drip song. Correct me if I'm wrong. I did very brief research on this. Offset introduced Charlotte for her match against Sasha Banks. And then Bayley came out with Sasha, of course. Bayley ended up interfering when Charlotte got the figure four on to cause a disqualification. And instead of Becky Lynch, not sure why Becky wasn't on the show, we had Carmella make the save and attack Sasha Banks with a super kick. Bayley was upset but did not attack Carmella. I guess they're still friends and this is going to be a storyline. Charlotte hit the big boot to Bayley, and that was the close of the segment. So looks like we're going to see some kind of follow-up here with Carmella and Bayley. And then we had the Baron Corbin King of the Ring coronation segment. You had the ring all decked out. You had the red carpeting. You had the throne. You had the scepter. You had the crown. You had the whole 9 yards. Baron Corbin cut his victory promo, said that the people finally realized that Corbin is the king they wanted and the king they needed. Corbin said that he wanted to take a moment and recognize Chad Gable. This led to Chad Gable coming out. Corbin made a bunch of short jokes talking about how It was mighty big of him, Chad Gable, to come out there after losing. And then Gable finally got tired of the jokes. He slammed Corbin into the throne, and then he tore up the robe. And to end the segment, you had Chad Gable stomp on Baron Corbin's crown. Entertaining segment here, and this is the positive to having a heel win. You do this segment where the babyface can come out and be a sore loser. Well, not be a sore loser. I mean, he was being bullied, so you can argue that he was just getting revenge. You can do this segment, this fun segment where all the King of the Ring stuff gets destroyed. So I liked it. I thought it was a good segment. Then we had a filler match. We had Heavy Machinery beat the B Team with the compactor. Not much to say about it. You had the usual Otis getting jiggy with it, doing the caterpillar and all that stuff. Michael Johnson with a $2 super chat says, I'm upset about the dig you made to AEW yesterday. I don't even know what that was, but I mean, if I glare at AEW the wrong way, I'm going to get people threatening me to sue me over AEW negativity. I feel like right now, like AEW, you cannot criticize them. And even TNA in 2010, when I was very critical of the Hogan era, I had a lot of TNA fans that were very upset with me. I should even repost that blog from 2010. I feel I have a pretty good way of critiquing things and knowing a direction, even though I'm not in the wrestling business. And people might say that's an arrogant thing to say, but hey, I was right on the money about TNA, and I think AEW has a real shot. But to me, it's not 100% slam dunk. There's still time for AEW to screw things up. They gotta establish themselves on a weekly basis, and it's not just something that's going to happen overnight. So far, they're on a roll. They're doing great, and nobody wants to see them succeed as much as I do, because I'm a fan first and foremost, and from a business perspective, I definitely want them to succeed. It's good for my business, so there's no reason for me to not want to see them succeed. Anyways, enough of that. We're getting off track here a little bit. This is the SmackDown review. We're not talking about AEW here. We had the main event segment. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Daniel Bryan coming out to discuss the betrayal from his friend Eric Rowan. Bryan said a lot of the people that were chanting his name were the same people that were accusing him of attacking Roman Reigns. He said whether he's good or bad, nobody has ever lied, or he's never lied to the people. He said he was exonerated for what he did, but that's not why he's there. He's there because of Eric Rowan. Bryan explained that he saw the potential in Eric Rowan. He treated him as his equal and as his friend. And then Eric Rowan came out and said he's sick and tired of Bryan speaking. Rowan said that Bryan is just a puppet, or treated him like a puppet, tried to make him his puppet. Bryan said if Rowan has a problem with him, do something about it. And Bryan said there's nothing that Rowan can do physically that's worse than betraying their friendship. And that's when Luke Harper showed up from behind for the attack. And then we had Rowan deliver the Iron Claw Slam, and this led to Roman Reigns coming out. Roman hit the Superman punch to Eric Rowan, but then was overwhelmed by Rowan and Harper. And security came out to try and cool things off, but they got beat up as well. Harper and Rowan were going crazy. They were tearing up the ring. They slammed Roman Reigns into the ring post, and then Rowan took a piece of the ringside barricade and hit Roman Reigns headfirst with it. They tossed Tom Phillips out of his chair. Poor Tom Phillips got devastated here. They grabbed Daniel Bryan and did the double choke slam to Bryan, through the announce table, and you had the Bludgeon Brothers reunited, standing tall, although they were never referred to as the Bludgeon Brothers. And sadly, Eric Rowan still has his new music, which, as I've said, I'm not really a fan of it. I wish they would just use the Bludgeon Brothers theme, but that's just my opinion. Psycho Jet Black with a $5 super chat says, did Mark Henry write the script with all this talk about puppets? I don't think Mark Henry wrote it, but maybe he had some input. You never know. Thank you for that, Psycho Jet Black. And let's just say this. Via the Mark Henry Power Slam, the world's strongest slam, you, Psycho Jet Black, are once again the reigning and defending No DQ Super Chat champion of the world. All right, so let's go ahead and do the letter grade for SmackDown. I enjoyed SmackDown. I thought this was the best one in weeks. I thought both shows this week were very solid. I enjoyed Raw and I enjoyed SmackDown. I give SmackDown a solid B. Same letter grade as Monday Night Raw. Good show overall. And I like the fact that Brock came back. It was a newsworthy show. I like the angle at the end with the Bludgeon Brothers. And the Shane McMahon Owens storyline, interesting. I'm curious to see where it goes. So yeah, overall solid show. Big G, my man Big G from the No DQ team. Hashtag Team No DQ with a $5 super chat. So we're going to say via, let's just go old school and say via the Owen Hart Insiguri kick. Big G is the new reigning and defending No DQ Super Chat champion of the world. Virtue gives it a B. B for Brock. Chris Mace with a B+. Daniel Sims with a B. Mayor of Peepsville with a B+. Luis Ortiz with a B. Dr. Scorpio with a B-. Anthony with a B. Joseph with a B-. Media One Software gives it an A+. So this must have been one of the best SmackDowns of all time as far as he's concerned. Michael Wayne gives it a B+. Caitlin gives it a B+. J Spin 401 gives it a C+. And D Martin 5th gives it a B. So overall, a lot of B's for SmackDown, and I agree. I thought it was a solid show. Tomorrow night is NXT's debut on the USA Network. I will be back again for the 4th straight night of live streaming. So if you guys, again, can do me a favor, spread the word, tell a friend. Tomorrow night, it's going to be huge. History will be made. NXT going live on the USA Network every single week. And then that's going to set up for 2 weeks from tomorrow when AEW debuts. I will be live streaming every Wednesday night starting tomorrow night. So my workload will be increasing. But again, good for business. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding the NXT versus AEW Wednesday Night War. Make sure you follow NoDQ at NoDQ, DOTCOM, on Twitter and Facebook. You can follow me on my personal account at Aaron Rift. And NoDQ CAW is coming back on Friday. Stay tuned for that. The Cleaver Colin Andrew with a $5 super chat says, via the Dudley death drop to Big G, Colin Andrew, him and Virtue, the Snipes, are the new 7-time, lucky number 7, co-champions. Congratulations to Colin Andrew and Virtue, who I'm sure is very happy about Brock being in the title contention again. Oh, and by the way, Virtue wants to plug the Troll Slayer t-shirts over at NoDQ.com/merch. So make sure you guys pick it up. You can pick up a black NoDQ Troll Slayer t-shirt. The This Guy Experience with a $5 super chat says, I have returned for my 7th title reign, but I am sharing the glory with my 1-year-old daughter, Scarlet Rose. That is really sweet. And we're going to say you win the championship via the Bailey to belly, or belly to Bailey, whatever the hell it's called. This Guy experience, very sweet of you to share the championship with your daughter. Warms my heart. I think we should just end the video on that. I don't think we can top that. So thank you guys so much for watching tonight. I appreciate your viewership and support. And I'll be back tomorrow night. Stay tuned for another video. And I'll see you guys